Now, this is going to be the most tedious paperwork that you're going to have to do with NACCAS and running a school. It's called an institutional self-study. They're usually about 200 to 300 pages long, depending on how many programs you have. Then you must have the electronic bookmarks behind each exhibit. There are 10 standards that you have, 10 chapters, and then you have to have documentation behind each standard, each chapter. And the documentation is supporting documentation known as exhibits. And the exhibits have to have an electronic bookmark, okay? And the electronic bookmark means they can click on it, NACCAS official, and it goes straight to that document. So our team, we do that for you. So it takes out all the headache where you can just concentrate on teaching your students. So what I'll do, I'm going to show you one first, and then I'll show you how the electronic bookmarks actually work. So let me share my screen. So can you all see it? This is an institutional self-study. Type in the chat box if you all can see this. Okay. Yes, yes. All right, great. Now, as you can see, this one is 186 pages long. That's like a little short one. So NACCAS gives you this reference number. We have to format an institutional self-study, the school name, address, phone number, prepared by, put the school owner's name, although we did it. This is the 2021 self-study. So a lot of stuff has changed. Everything that you see in black right here are the answers that we had to provide. The stuff that's not in this right here, that's the title of the standard one. These are the questions that NACCAS asked. The stuff in bold is what we answered. The stuff that's not in bold, that's what NACCAS asked. It's already pre-formatted. So it asks for the mission statement where that's located, page 3 of the catalog. Like I said, this asks for the advisory committee members, full name, business name, the address, whether they're barber, stylist, or whatever. So we had to put their names on a list and use supporting documentation. I'm going to show you where that is. Some of these things we got to answer yes, no, NA. A lot of this stuff y'all would know how to do. That's okay. That's what we do. Our team does this for you. If you try to do this yourself, get you a bunch of aspirin because you're going to have a headache and you're going to be frustrated and you're going to be fussing and cussing and arguing with your mate because you're going to have an attitude. Remember the current student surveys? I told you about those. Remember the graduate surveys? Then we talk about that because they're going to ask for that and we got to put that in here for supporting documentation. Now we have to put the exhibits back here. Okay, these are the exhibits. The advisory committee member. Remember what I told you? We got to put their names on there. That meeting, you remember the meetings? And we had to talk about certain things. That's in here. Make it a little smaller. So y'all can see this. Remember the current student surveys? So the school owner got the surveys and they gave them to us. We had to put them in here. We needed at least 3 examples for NACCAS. 1, that's 2, that's 3. They require at least 3. Now, graduate surveys, he gave them to us. 1, student signed it, 2, it's 3. We got to have 3 examples. The next standard 2, instructional staff. He's the only school owner, only one, that's okay. Once he gets his accreditation, he's working on his final visit. He can get paid, super paid, doing it by himself, same way I did it. Going through the program, boom, Greg gets super paid. He's real close. Ratio is 25-1 down there. We answered all this stuff for him, the team. instructor's license, instructor meeting minutes, continuing education hours. We got to have this for supporting documentation. There it is. There's an instructor's license. There's Nick. Now this guy right here, he watched the program. He watched me. He saw me on social media and he just sat back and watched. And we got on the phone and had a conversation. And he was interested in getting in the program, but he said he was old school. He liked to do business face to face. He said, I want to look you in the eye before I invest in your program and pay you. He said, I need your home address. I said, all right. I gave him my home address. I live in an all Caucasian neighborhood. We're the only blacks that's on the street. Across the street is the lake. Nobody comes to our house unless they call, or if their doorbell rings, me and my mom, we don't go to the door. I'm usually either in the kitchen, at night I'm in my bedroom sleep, or y'all see me on social media. I'm downstairs in my man cave with a pool table, ping pong, my little computer room, the barbershop and all that's down there. And my doorbell rings a couple of days later and somebody's beating on the door. I can't hear the door beating, but the doorbell keeps ringing. And it's like a ding dong ding. We got one of them funny doorbells. And I'm not getting it because ain't nobody, I ain't expecting nobody that day. They kept on ringing it. And so my mama calls me on the phone downstairs because we got like a little camera on the front. She got it hooked to her phone. I don't have it hooked to my phone because my mama's nosy. She ain't got nothing else to do or whatever, And she said, Chin, there's two dudes at the door. I said, who? She said, it's two men at the door. I said, all right. So I run up the stairs and look, it's Nick and his friend. So I said, oh, y'all come on in. I said, man, I thought you was just playing. He said, no, man, I had to look you in the eye. So we go downstairs, we play ping pong, shoot pool, show them some little stuff on the computer. About a couple of hours go by and we laugh, joke, do some business. Next thing I know, he pulls out this cashier's check and hands it to me. All right. And he said, man, I'm good now. They leave. That's how me and Nick first met. So I always like to tell that story. And he will tell y'all the same story. He's down in Tupelo, Mississippi. So that was Nick right there. He's going through his accreditation, getting ready to be super paid. But I said, look, man, you can go look at all the testimonials. I know, I done looked at all them, but I like to do business face to face. I'm from those, so I want to look you in the eye. He has that accent. I thought I was country and Southern. No, you got to hear Nick from Mississippi. And so that's how we did. But let's get back to sharing the screen. But I want to share that with you. That's Nicholas. The meeting minutes. That is continuing education hours. Instructor evaluation. There he is. Standard 3. Hopefully y'all can see the screen. Insert a copy of the institution's license. It's asking these questions. Provide a copy of the state rules and regulations. And we got to answer all these questions. The flyers, remember the advertisement? All work by supervised students. Remember that? All right, so keep going. And what I'll share with you all, I usually don't even go through this except with gold members or whatever. We do the work with them and for them. For me to do this 2-day conference with y'all and take out time, I have to care about y'all. I have to want to see you all make it to do this on a Saturday and a Sunday. Okay, we'll keep going. Another thing, you got to maintain the records for a minimum of 6 years. All right. If you put 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, this is wrong. So we got to answer all these correctly. It's a certain type of way. The individual file is made for each student. The file is secured in a metal file cabinet in the financial aid office. A lock secures the files in the admissions office. Student's record is regarded as confidential. Information will not be released. All this has to be worded correctly, the verbiage. And trust me, they read all of this. All of this. You may think they don't. Yes, they do. There's a school license right there. Rules and regulations for Mississippi. Here it is right there. We have to upload that, and I'll show you all the bookmarks. And if y'all still think y'all can do this by yourself, more power to you. If you do it by yourself, I'm gonna hire you. I want you to work with me, not for me, with me. Now, here's the advertisement. Look, all work is done by supervised students. Got it? That's simple. Authorization release form. He hadn't had none, but we had to show an example that he has an authorization of release form, because you just can't let anybody come in and look at the student records. No, they got to sign off on it, unless it's NACCAS or the state board, you know, the authority or whatever. But a regular person, no, they got to fill it out. We've had, if a parent come in, they want to see their student record, you can't release it if the student's over 18. Going to the next, number 4, admissions policy. Got to answer all these. I won't go into detail on all this, but I just want y'all to see this. This right here. State below the page number of the catalog where the non-discrimination statement can be found. Provide a copy of it. It's on page 5 in its catalog. We do not discriminate against employment, admission, instruction, or graduation policies on the basis of sex, race, age, color, ethnic origin, religion, or financial status. If you leave out age, and if you leave out race, and sex, and color, and ethnic origin, and religion, financial status, and every last one of those words have to be in there. We didn't put those in there for purposes. No, it has to be in there, all of those exact words. So I wanted to show you all of this. These are all the bookmarks right here, electronic bookmarks, all this right here. Let me show y'all how the electronic bookmarks work. I want y'all to see this. Let me pull up my Adobe. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I am going to do. I'm going to download this so y'all can see the electronic bookmarks, because I want y'all to see how they work. Because some of y'all think y'all are smarter than you're smart, but this is just what we do. So what I want to do, I'm going to download this. Okay. CNK ISS. More download. All right. So now I'm going to pull this up in Adobe Acrobat. And some of y'all may know how to work Adobe Acrobat. If you do, that's great. That's real good. So I'm looking for CNK. Let me know if y'all see it, because I downloaded it to this right here. There, no, where is it at? I'm looking for the ISS. There it is right here. Okay, this is Adobe Acrobat. Stop, make sure y'all see this. All right, you remember them bookmarks? I'm not going into how to do the bookmarks, but we was on standard 4. Look over here to the left. So when we click on standard 4. Look how it went there. Now we're gonna go to the admissions policy, that exhibit. Now we got to do a cross-reference catalog. This is a checklist that NACCAS has. If you see this, the catalog must be written in the English language. We got to put the page that the catalog is on, page 2. Name and address of the school. It's on page 1, but we got to put this 2 by it. So watch this. Date of publication, page 1, but we got to put that 3 by it. This checklist is 24, probably 30 something of these. Now, see how we got to put the page number? And look, that 2, look, licensed by number 23. Now, when we go up here, look at this. Number 23, remember, name and address of the state agencies, that 1. See how we had to do that? Enrollment agreement. We got to do a cross-reference of the enrollment agreement. I'm not going to show the enrollment agreement because it has students, let's see, exhibit 4. Okay. That's some other information, but this enrollment agreement, I'm not going to show the enrollment agreement because the enrollment agreement has students' social security numbers on it, but you already saw how the enrollment agreement looks. Leave of absence. The leave of absence policy. This is the NACCAS checklist. We got to put where this is located and the number. All right. So we could put number 2, reasons for grant LOA. We go to the leave of absence right here. Number 2, conditions to qualify for a LOA. You see how we had to number these and put that in there? Leave of absence policy. He ain't had no leave of absence, but this is the leave of absence, and it's an example. Transfer policy. Pre-orientation documentation, y'all saw that. List of disclosures. Student support services, we go into another part. Okay. Orientation components, the curriculum, we got to label that. Outline, rules and regulations for the course outline. This ought to have y'all heads spinning. Sample lesson plans, you get that from my lady, so that ain't nothing really. Standard 7, financial practices. We still got to answer all of those. Got to answer these correctly. And then the examples. We got to do the checklist for this, the withdrawal settlement policy checklist. These numbers, we got to put them on here, right here. It's a refund policy and cancellation. All these numbers got to line up with that checklist. Examples of refunds. He ain't had nobody withdraw, so we didn't have to fill this out. But y'all remember this form. Resume, we did his resume. All he did was told us how long he been in the industry, where he worked, all of that. We did Nick's resume for him. Instructional space, number 7. We got to talk about the school, how big it is, restrooms and all that. Break all of that stuff down. You got to have a picture of the outside sign. So we'll go through that with the checklist. Click on outside sign. Look at that. Make that smaller. I had to make this smaller so y'all can see the sign or whatever. Here's his sign. He's in Mississippi. You may laugh at the sign, but he's going to get accredited. He's going to walk into millions of dollars, I can tell you that much. Number 9, evaluation of students. Remember them practical grades? Examples of that, the satisfactory progress. Remember I told you about those? He's doing them by hand, but he'll be buying that computer system soon. Cross-reference satisfactory progress policy. This is another NACCAS checklist that our team had to do to put in there. You remember 1,500 hour course? evaluated at 450, 900, 12, 1500. Okay. Number 10, occupational associate degree programs. He doesn't have any of those. So all these are NA. This is an institutional self-study, some of them about 200 and 300 pages long. I've shown you that. Now, once this is complete and submitted, they will come and inspect your school. Based on the way you answer those questions, you must be following those rules and regulations and have all of the proper documentation. When you open, okay, anybody can open. Google your state board and submit all your little documents. All right, now what? What about when students come in? What they gonna sign? What are they filling out? How you gonna stay compliant? How you know you're doing it right? Then at your 18th month mark, do your feasibility study, apply with NACCAS, fill out all of that stuff. Then they check all of your previous documents. Are you in compliance? Denied, delayed, you're not in compliance. Well, I didn't know. Well, I sat right here and told you. Yes, you can have it in 3 years. If you get 33, 34, I want everybody to get out a piece of paper. And I want you to write down, and if you got a phone or whatever, this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. I want you to take your phone out and I want you to write down 29,000. Put that on your calculator. That's how much you can receive, up to 29,000 students. And I want you to multiply that times 33. No, times 34. 29,000 times 34. That's 986,000. So let me go 29,000 times 35. That's 1,015,000. You only need 35 clients. When you get a school, your students are your clients. Oh, I do 100 clients a week. No more of that. You only need like one new student a month or whatever. Once you get accredited, you only need about 35 students a year. Run your clinic floor, that's $1 million. Pay your rent, light bill, water bill, phone bill, insurance, taxes, have an LLC set up so you pay after your expenses, hire your employees, then you set. You ain't gotta work if you don't want to. One instructor can teach 15, 20, 25 students. Well, look, 29,000 times 20 students. That's 580,000. You pay an instructor 50,000, 1,000 a week. They happy. They happy. Your biggest expense is your employees. Boom. You can just chill. Ain't no more working hard. It's time to take care of mama, grandmama. It's time to travel. You come in there and motivate the students, leave, or don't even come. 3 years from now, that's where you can be. I've given you all everything. I've given you all that I have. I'm gonna go through the credit. I've gone through the accreditation. I'll show y'all some of the financial aid. Let me go to the back office. I'm gonna go to the back office. And I'm gonna show y'all about the financial aid. All right. No, that's not it. Let's see. Let me show y'all the back office. When you join the program, this is the back office. All this on the left, how to operate the back office. I put a video up here. I mean, let me show y'all how this looks as a student. Everything is back here, and we got group training every week. See, I even put a video back here about the funnels. We talked about that yesterday. How to work the back office. This is a 40-minute video. Look, okay, so once you get in the back office,
over here to the,
I take 40 minutes out and explain this back office. It talks about funnels, all the interviews that we've done, all the paperwork that we went through when you first open your school. It's copy, cut, and paste, fill in the blank. You just click a button and download this stuff. That's it. State board rules and regulations, that's an example because every state has different rules and regulations. The business plan. Business plan is already done for you. I mean, here's the business plan. You just download it, put your name on it. It has a checklist. This like 100-point checklist before you even open up the school. How much money you gonna need and all that depends on the building, what equipment you do, failure factors, learn about your competitors. It's a 100-point checklist. What to do before you sign a lease. What to do after you sign a lease. Check for zoning and all that, the parking, the air conditioning unit before you even sign a lease. I mean, this stuff is broken down. Put your school name here. Y'all ain't, why are you online searching for a business plan? There is no business plan that's already done for you on Google for a school. This is it. Put your name right here. Put your address, city, state, phone number. It doesn't get any simpler than this, y'all. The vision, the mission, it's already wrote out. Just put your name in here. Copy, download this, copy, cut, and paste, fill in the blank. It does not get any easier than this. Look, the goals and objectives, 10 commandments of excellence. Let me tell you something. You get in this business plan, they're gonna think you're a genius. You're talking about renting a building and you don't got a dime in your pocket. Give them this business plan. Give it to them. I mean, it's broken down. 35 pages. The attorney did this. I can go all the way through this business plan. All this is in the program, the financials. This is broken down. Put your numbers in. If you're charging $1,000 a student, put that in. The operating expenses, mine was 0 employees expenses because I was an employee. My rent back then was $1,100 a month, but you're talking about 21 years ago. 21 years ago, that's equivalent to probably $4,000 a month now. It does not get any easier than this. Your marketing, phone, gas, postage, it's broken down for y'all. Break-even analysis. Y'all can put, everybody's gonna have their own different rent, light bill, water bill, because everybody's bills are different for your school. At least have this laid out. That's the business plan. Employee handbook, 22 pages. It's already done for you. Welcome to Ife Tayo School of Beauty. Welcome to Kim G, Leon Payton, Marco, Melissa, Michelle, House of Beauty. I mean, it don't get no easier than this. It's already done. If you can't fill in the blank, policy and procedure. Ms. Velma broke this down. Look at this, organizational chart. Put your name right here, other people's names, that's the organizational chart. Look, opening of the school checklist. I don't care if you dumb it in a box of rocks. It doesn't matter. Look at this. Turn off the alarm and outside lights. Okay, when you open the door, common sense ought to tell you to turn the alarm off and the outside lights. When you get inside, common sense ought to tell you to turn the lights on, shouldn't it? Put the open sign on, put good music on, set the thermostat at 70 or 75, or turn the wax machine on. It's so detailed, very detailed. Shampoo area, bowls clean. Look, school closing checklist, close out the cash register, empty the trash cans. Check the storefront, check the front of your school to make sure ain't no trash out there. Walk through the school and check the stuff. Go in the bathrooms, check the toilet paper. It does not get any easier than this. Y'all are not understanding how powerful this is. Now, this may sound stupid to y'all and all this. No, you'd be surprised. Even your students, park your car on the second row. Don't be parking up front. That's for clients. Clock in on time. Cut your cell phone on vibrate. This is student checklist today for them to check themselves. All this is in the program. Videos, wholesale vendors. We went over there. I gave y'all every wholesale vendor that I have. The NACCAS stuff, a completed ISS. All of that stuff is back here. Videos, hundreds of videos, NACCAS training videos. There's so much stuff back here, it'll blow your mind. Paul Mitchell charged $1.6 million. $1.6 million for a franchise, plus $10,000 a month for consulting, mentorship, coaching, and you got to get them a percentage of your sales. This program, mine should be at least half. I'm not saying I'm as good as Paul Mitchell. I know just as much. I mean, heck, if they can get 1.6, I ought to be able to at least get half. I'm not charging you all that. I ain't even charging y'all 10% of what they charge. You gotta get your own bit, do all of that stuff. I don't know if y'all realize. Okay, now let's go over the financial aid here. This is a financial aid handbook. They hadn't changed them in years. They still hadn't updated. This is the most updated one, 1920. They hadn't made a new one yet. Now I want y'all to see this. I'm not gonna go through all this financial aid stuff. All you need to know is once you get accredited, you can get up to $10,000 for the Pell Grant, $19,000 in student loans. The Pell Grant is income-based. If a student is rich, they're not gonna get financial aid. If they defaulted on another student loan, they won't get financial aid until you clear that up. They clear that up, I mean. All right, student loans, it don't matter if they're rich or whatever, they can get the student loans. 6 months after they graduate, they got to start back paying on the student loans. All right, anywhere from $50 to $100 a month. Now I can go on and on about all the financial aid. Y'all can read all these manuals back here. This student aid handbook right here, verification, student eligibility. It's only, if they've been, let me break it down like this. Have you ever been convicted of a drug felony while receiving financial aid? That's a trick question. Most drug dealers, when they caught their case, they were not in school getting financial aid. So they still apply and are approved because it says, have you ever been convicted of a drug felony while receiving financial aid? Well, I wasn't selling drugs and doing all that when I was getting financial aid. Wasn't in school, so they still qualify. If they defaulted on another student loan at another school, they can't get financial aid until they make 6 consecutive payments or pay that off. All right. Now, since we're on here, do you want me to tell y'all a little secret? Do y'all want me to tell y'all a secret? Yeah, y'all can watch this over again. I ain't got no school no more, I'm retired, so I can give y'all all my little secrets. I'm gonna give y'all all my little secrets. I did in some instances. I had some young ladies that come in, single parent moms, they went to other schools. People didn't care about them. They were just trying to take their money, didn't inspire, motivate them. They fell on hard times. They had to quit school. They still had student loans that they could not pay back. They had to go to work, provide for their kids. They came to my school. We checked. They had default on student loans. Some of them owed $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, whatever. On a case-by-case basis, I talked to these young ladies. They were serious. They wanted a better life for their family. There was no way they could get financial aid unless that was off. Hey, somehow, I don't know how, but somehow their old student loans got paid off. All right. Mysteriously, they got paid off. And then they were able to qualify for full financial aid to they were able to get financial aid at my school. And they graduated, they're taking care of their families, they're working in salons, some of them that own their own salons, and they're doing very well. If y'all understand what I mean. So we'll keep going. That's a little secret. That's our little secret. Now, wanted to share that. I can go on and on about this financial aid, all the different handbooks back here. Everything is back here. Nail programs. I can go to the lesson plans on the nail program. Everything. You don't have to know how to write no lesson plan. It's already done for you. Curriculums, aesthetics. We can go in them lesson plans, all of that stuff. My ladies, we can go into cosmetology. We can go in the barbering. I've shown y'all where to get the loans when the students need financing. I've given y'all my all these past 2 days. I've given y'all everything. I'm going to put, if y'all want to apply and you're interested, I'm going to at least help you get in our bronze program. Each month, every month, at the end of the month, we have about maybe 2 or 3 openings. For our gold program, I think right now, one of my assistants should text me, and we're going to have, I think, maybe 2 or 3 openings for our gold program. That stays full. If you need some type of payment plan, that's fine. That's okay. Miss Velma gave me a payment plan. 21 years ago, the gold program was $20,000, which is equivalent to about $100,000 now. And my family members and friends say, you're crazy. And I can be honest with y'all. Oh, you gonna give this white woman? She didn't need my money. She was rich, multi-millionaire. She was wealthy. She didn't own a Louis Vuitton bag, none of that stuff. This woman wasn't rich. She was wealthy. Okay? Velma DeMumber and Bo DeMumber. Velma Jean. Okay? That investment that I invested in myself, it changed my family. Why are you getting to school? Some of y'all are going to invest because of the money you want to make, the return. You're tired of working in the shop. If you don't do it, what are you going to do? Die behind a chair? Develop carpal tunnel syndrome, bad back, bad neck? I don't know. So I encourage you, if you want a better life, this is your opportunity. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It's going to take 3 years minimum. If you're not willing to work, don't fill out the form. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your time. If you need a payment plan, we have e-financial. I'll put that up for you too. And we have in-house financing if you need that. So let me put that up. I'm going to give y'all everything in this box. And for the next hour, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to be calling people back because I told my assistants, I don't want none of them calling nobody back. I'm going to be calling y'all back because I can make the final decisions. I know so let me go down here, right here. I'm going to put this link in here. And for people that are ready to jump, you're not going to have no excuse. You're not going to have any excuse. So this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. This will be in the back office. And let me stop this right now.